Hi everyone, FM Greeno here, and welcome back to some more Euro Truck Simulator. Now, there's a new event in the game at the moment. Let's go and find out what it's all about. So this is it, the steering wheel rollout. So it's to celebrate the fact that Thrustmaster are bringing out a new steering wheel. You have to make 5 deliveries of Thrustmaster products of at least 154 miles or more by the deadline, which is Sunday the 7th of November, so only about a week. Various different little rewards you can get if you complete it. Whether we'll have time to do that or not, I don't know, but we'll give it a go. Anyway, let's go and have a little look and see what the first job I've found towards this goal is. So you'll notice I am over in Białystok in eastern Poland right now. There was a bit of a game update which threw me back to my headquarters in Leipzig. So I took a job from Leipzig across to Białystok. And now we're going to pick up the first of these Thrustmaster jobs. It's only going to be a short one, this one. And what I'm hoping is we can do this one and then pick up another short one and try and get 2 jobs done in the same episode. That's the plan. Let's see how it goes. So this one is only just over, well, it's about 250 kilometers. So not far. Let's go and get it hooked up and get on the road. So, here we are, all hooked up with the Thrustmaster steering wheels. Pretty funky looking load. So, like I say, not a very long job here, but we'll get underway, get out on the road, and hopefully make pretty decent progress to the drop-off point. See you in a minute. Okay, so we're leaving Białystok now, on our way to Olsztyn, however you pronounce that. Apologies to any Polish viewers, and also apologies for anyone for the state of my voice right now. I've had a horrible cold and a cough all week, which hasn't helped in terms of recording schedule and what have you. So hopefully it's good enough right now. We'll see as the episode goes on. I think for these kind of achievements, these little jobs really do help out. Obviously, you don't want to be doing a 32-hour drive just to get one leg of the achievement when you can do it in about 4.5. As you can see here, we've got about 4 hours of this drive to go. It's a beautiful morning here in eastern Poland. The sun is shining. It's a little before 9 AM. So with a bit of luck, if we can get this delivered by 1 PM, we can pick up another kind of short job back up into the Baltic region with a bit of luck. Delivering some more of this kind of product. And pick up a second leg of that achievement as well, whilst heading in the right direction. Anyway, we're going to truck on. Hopefully there's going to be some highway or something coming up where we can put our foot down a little bit. But for now, yeah, I'm just going to enjoy this part of Poland and crack on towards the destination. Well, isn't this a pretty part of the world? There's little hot air balloons everywhere. Not somewhere you'd necessarily think of as being aesthetically pleasing, eastern Poland, but just a sort of rolling countryside, lots of farmland, plenty of trees about, all these nice little sort of farmhouses and little settlements and the like. Really quite pleasant. So one thing I am going to try and make a little bit more of an effort to do, I've had a little bit of gentle ribbing, it has to be said. I'm looking at you, old lady plays. The fact that I have not been learning how to reverse this truck. So I am going to try and make an effort over the next few episodes to try a couple of reversing jobs if I can. So when we get to the delivery destinations, if it's not a horrible looking one where it's really tight or it just looks like there's no chance, then I will try and give it a go. But no promises that'll be either of the jobs in this episode. We'll wait and see, but we should see some of that coming up in over the next couple of weeks anyway. We'll wait and see exactly where. Damn it. Just picked up a speeding fine. That's annoying. One thing I have noticed driving through Poland quite a lot is that there seems to be very little police around. So the job I took from Leipzig to Białystok, I was fully rested when I started, and I should have needed to take a break about an hour before I hit Białystok, but I absolutely caned it across Poland, doing sort of 90 on the 80 km/h motorway the whole way, and not a police car in sight. So, I will admit I was pushing it a little bit on this trip too, so not entirely surprising that it caught up with me eventually. Anyway, not far to go now, only about another hour. We'll catch up when we're close. So, we've hit Olsztyn, if that's how it is pronounced. It looks fairly unremarkable here, but if you look over... Well, actually, we can't see it now. There's a big towery thing.
Get ready to turn right.
We might see it as we turn into this yard, perhaps. Seems to be the main sort of feature building here in this city.
Turn right.
Probably going to be hidden behind this building, but you never know. Now, let's turn in and see what kind of parking jobs we get here.
All over now.
Are we going to get anything that's worth me having an attempt at? It looks a pretty small kind of yard. Let's see. So it's a 90 XP. So it's basically turning round and reversing back. So, come on. Let's give it a go. I can't promise it's going to work, but we're going to give it a try. Turning around is going to be the hard bit, probably, and getting it lined up straight enough. Let's see if there's anything in our way this way. There isn't, so maybe we're in with a chance. If we can get it straightened up here. Lined up pretty neatly. Here we go, we're going to try. We're going to try. A full lock on there to try and swing it back round again. Let's take that off a little. Kind of hard for me to see what I'm doing here. Can I get my head out of there? Okay, we're not looking too bad. But I think we do need to straighten up a little bit. No, we've blown it. Hang on. I'm going the wrong way now. Let's straighten up again. This isn't looking bad, is it? I mean, we're not going in very fast. And we're not going in very straight. But we're pretty close. Not close enough, admittedly. But not a million miles away. So let's have a little look. So we're in the right shape. We just need to move across a little bit. And maybe we just do that. It's looking good. It's looking good, folks. Look at this. Come on, it's got to give it to us. Please. Whoa, look at that. The green lights are on. We've done a reversing job. 90 XP coming my way. I mean, it's probably the simplest one in the game, and it still took me a while. But we have done it. Beautiful stuff. So, let's go and see if we can pick up another job of these steering wheels. So, I've filtered the jobs by these Thrustmaster steering wheels. As you can see, there are 4 jobs here from Olsztyn. So one goes to Cambridge over in the UK. That's not the direction we want to go in. One all the way up to Turku, which I think is a bit long as a second episode or second job in the episode. One that goes across to Germany, again, wrong direction. And again, not the right direction, but possibly least wrong, is this job down to Lublin, also in Poland. So we started in Białystok, made our way over to Olsztyn. We can head down here, past Warsaw, and into Lublin. So I think that's the job we're going to take. Let's go and get set up, get on the road. Okay, so we're now leaving Olsztyn. We have our load on the back, as you can see here. This is probably not the best bit of road for me to be doing this on, but luckily there's nothing coming the other way. So first up, we're heading in the direction of Warsaw, as you can see there from the sign, which is a place I'm fairly familiar with. Been there a few times. One of my favourite places, a really cool town. So we'll catch up about that when we get a little bit closer. But for now, yeah, I'm just going to continue to enjoy this Polish countryside. We've got about 5.5 hours of this drive to go, which fits pretty perfectly with our sleep requirements. I think we've got about 6.5, 7 hours. So, all perfectly lined up for a nice drive here. Right, off to Warsaw. So, just about to stop and pick up some fuel. If you look on the sat-nav, you'll see there's a little number 1 on there. That's because as I was driving along, I knew I needed to get some fuel. You can see we're down to our last 57 kilometres of driving without fuel. So I had a quick look on the map, and you can set a marker for various places that you want to stop along the way. If you want to go into a particular city or whatever. Or if you need to find where the nearest petrol station is. So I put the marker on there. And here we are. 99 euro cents a litre, pretty cheap. I had left it late just in case I'd managed to find a job from Olsztyn up into the Baltics that took me through Russian territory, you know, the Kaliningrad enclave. Because there it's even sort of half the price of this, so that had been my thinking, but we're not heading in that direction right now. But yeah, less than a euro a litre. We'll settle for that. Right, back on the road. So, we have hit Warsaw and got a speeding fine immediately. Typical. Oh, speed cameras. They'll be the death of me. Now, unfortunately, the weather has taken a turn for the worse, so we can't really see much of Warsaw right now. Now, Warsaw is a great city. If you've not been there, I highly recommend it. The old town, which isn't really an old town, is spectacular. Of course, Warsaw really heavily suffered in the Second World War, and it was basically flattened, like completely flattened. And what they decided to do after the war was to rebuild the old town, just using a few of the old plans they had lying around, and old photographs. And that was all they had to go on, and they rebuilt it. And to walk through it, you'd never know it wasn't the original old town. It is absolutely beautiful. There's also another really cool building. Now, I saw it when I drove through Warsaw last time, but I don't think we'll be able to with the weather conditions being as they are right now, which is the old sort of communist headquarters. I think you can just about see it in amongst all those skyscrapers there now. Now, the first time I was in Warsaw was in 1998. I went over with a buddy of mine to go and watch England play and to visit a couple of clients I had in the city. And at that time, that communist building was basically the only skyscraper-style building in the city. And it completely dominated the skyline. And you can kind of imagine it was like a proper sort of brutal, massive, great big building that really sort of dominated everything in the city. And it was very much a sort of Soviet way of exerting control. I think it now serves as the Palace of Art and Culture or something like that. You can actually take a lift up to one of the viewing floors and look over the city. So I did last time I was in Warsaw, about 3-4 years ago. But yeah, it's a really cool building. Really cool. Although I'm sure the Polish people didn't think so at the time of the communist regime. Like I say, it was very much a symbol of Soviet dominance. But now, like I say, I was in Warsaw 3 or 4 years ago, and it's by no means the tallest building in the city anymore. Lots of modern skyscrapers have sprung up around. There's obviously a bit of a business hub in Warsaw, so people are taking advantage of that. Built lots of office space up in big tower blocks. So the building, even though it's still, I think, in my mind, the most impressive building in the skyline, it's not the tallest anymore. Anyway, like I say, we can't see it anyway because it's foggy and raining. So let's just crack on and head off down towards Lublin. We've got a little over an hour to go, and the rain is still continuing unabated, and it really does kind of make a difference to me, the mood of the drive. I think when it's raining, you can't really see much of what's going on around you. Yeah, it does feel a little bit more hard work than it does when it's nice and bright and sunny. Obviously, the drive up to Olsztyn from Białystok, where the sun was shining, was really quite pleasant, you know, looking out over that open farmland and what have you. But now it does just kind of feel more of a chore. So I suppose that is how things work in real life to an extent. You know, it's not as much fun driving in the rain as it is in the sunshine, so I guess we just have to accept it. I have set it so that the weather conditions are fairly realistic. I don't want it to be bright and sunny all the time, because where's the fun in that? But yeah, not enjoying this as much as I did the first job, it has to be said. And here we are in Lublin, so just a couple of kilometers to go. Still raining. It really is annoying when you come to a new city that you've not been to before, and you can't see very much because of the sort of dark clouds and the rain. Obviously, most of the landmarks in the cities are kind of set back from the main routes that you're driving on. So they're just things you can see in the distance rather than passing that close by. And when the sort of background just turns into this load of grey blocks, you can't see them. So I'm sure there are plenty of cool things in Lublin. It's not a place I've ever been. But unfortunately,
Get ready to turn left.
I can't see them right now. Anyway, not very far to our destination. Lublin looks like a pretty compact little place here in the game. A few little industries, all actually in the town centre. Let's see if we can just turn right here. There's a car coming, so we'd better wait and let them go through. Okay, off we go. There's some construction work, it looks like, in the background there. Obviously, Poland is a country which is always keen on getting investment in, and particularly in some of the provincial cities, so they do spend a lot of time and money in regenerating some of these places, which is a really cool thing to do. They don't want any sort of the big towns going by the wayside, and it all just focusing on Warsaw, so pretty progressive in that way. Nice to see. Anyway, we're coming up towards our delivery here. I wonder what kind of parking job is going to be on offer here. Let's see.
Turn left.
So we turn left into the yard. Again, it looks like a pretty small little yard. Is it going to be exactly the same job as the last one? And if it is, we're definitely going to take it on. Only 40 XP this time. Okay. So it's in a slightly different position. But let's give it a go. Go on, old lady plays, you'll be proud of me if I pull this one off as well. 2 in 1 episode. Unheard of. I mean, it doesn't look too complicated. But, as we know, I can make any parking job look complicated. So we just need to get straightened up here. And just back it in, really. So I think that's pretty straight-ish. I can just see in the mirror to the left-hand side where we need to swing it round a touch. So let's head backwards and see if... Oh, where are we going? Where are we going? Straighten up, straighten up, straighten up, straighten up. Go. It's looking good. So far. That doesn't mean anything, though. No, I'm going to screw this up. Right. Pull forward a touch. Straighten up again. And try again. We basically just want to go backwards. Without any lock on. But seemingly we haven't been able to do that. Oh, there we go. Look, it's giving it to us. The green light has flashed up. You can see it in the right-hand mirror there. We are taking that. It is not the best parking job you'll ever see. But I don't care. We're in. So there we are. Okay. 2 reversing jobs in 1 episode. What do you make of that? So, that's 2 of the Thrustmaster jobs done. Obviously, we need 5 in the next week to complete that achievement. So, that's going to be the focus of the next couple of episodes, certainly. I think we'll just take the jobs wherever they take us, rather than focusing on particularly getting back up into the Baltics. If we can head up in that direction, great. If not, then we'll just see where we end up. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I certainly did. Nice to get a couple of short little jobs in, and definitely those reversing jobs. Not sure I'm ready to take on anything more complicated than them just yet, though. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like on there for me. It helps me get seen by more people, of course. And if you've got any comments about today's episode, the series as a whole, or anywhere you'd like me to go in particular, drop that into the comments section below. And don't forget, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, click on that button, ding your little bell for notifications, and come and hop on the Greenobus. There's plenty of room for you all. It just remains for me to thank you for watching and sticking with me with my slightly dodgy voice, and I'll see you soon for some more action here on Euro Truck Simulator 2. Bye for now.